I'm outside Manchester's wonderful town hall, where I've just interviewed out gay civic mayor Carl Austin. I asked Carl, when he won Mr Gay UK back in 2001, did you ever think he'd be mayor of Manchester?
Never. The whole sort of context of how that sort of came about, it wasn't anything that it was never sort of thought of, it was never sort of an idea then, it was, you know, even then it wouldn't have been a case of becoming a councillor, never mind Lord Mayor.
Do you feel that perhaps the younger generation don't fully appreciate just how hard our rights were fought for and won?
I would say a tremendous number of young people don't know how hard, and a tremendous number of people my age and older who have forgotten.
Tell me, what's changed, do you think, since the early 70s for pop stars and people who are famous?
I mean, we didn't, in our wildest dreams, imagine that there would be the kind of tolerance generally in society that exists today.
Hey Robert, could you tell me a little bit about your involvement with the History Month event and why you have got yourself involved?
A couple of years ago I set about doing a series of fundraising books promoting LGBT history, artwork, personal stories, and also bits of our society, bits of our history that people might not know about.
I'm a mobile barber and I'm a mobile massage therapist, and what I do is I just come along on the day, make sure they're well groomed, neat and tidy, and with a massage they're nice and relaxed before the ceremony.
Well, I can highly recommend Michael and his massage services for all the grooms out there on their big day. So tell me, Peter, we're here at the first LGBT History Month festival. How important do you feel it is that these events take place?
It's really important that the LGBTI community knows its past. To understand where we've come from is tremendously important because it informs who we are, how we see ourselves, and of course gives us clues as to where we're going.
An amazing launch last night with Charles Upchurch, an American, interestingly enough, uncovering the most extraordinarily interesting facts about British history. And then here we are in the wonderful Central Library in Manchester, and they have thrown open the doors to us, and there's wonderful work going down there. They've got all sorts of archives stuff and everything else.
So, hey Kelly, how are you doing? Is this your first Sparkle?
No, it's my third. It's one of the first places I ever came out in 2012. But every time I saw a camera, I would disappear, and people like you, I would just run and hide. In
the exclusive telephone interview, I spoke to the organiser and gay rights campaigner, Gino Mariano. Hey Gino, how you doing?
Very well, thanks.
Great. So we were at the gay wedding show a few weeks ago. Do you want to tell me a little bit about what inspired you to create the event?
This would be way back in sort of 2002. When there wasn't really much around to help same-sex couples either plan their day or any websites or even shows.
Very nervous. I didn't think I was competitive until I arrived and I've seen everybody's entries.
I saw some people coming in with some of the babes, and you sort of sense the tension, the feeling that they've been working up to the wire.
Little Heroes is a young children's cancer charity to support babies and children with cancer. I set the charity up after my little boy was diagnosed with cancer 2 weeks before his second birthday.
It doesn't look very hot, but I've been told that it is hot. I'm hoping I won't scream like a girl, but if I do, I'm sorry, Mum, I let you down.
A bit like a walk in the park, actually. Yes, it wasn't as bad as what I thought it would be. We're trying to put a festival on that is going to be something for everyone.
Yeah, I think the trans community is getting more accepted as time goes on. Whether that's because there's more people out there doing things, or whether it's just that people are becoming more liberally minded.
We set up the world's first trans memorial in Sackville Gardens a couple of years ago, that's been really important for the trans community.
This is my first. I'm enjoying all the British Bears. It's fantastic.
So Gary, this isn't your first time at a Great British Bear Bash.
Hey Jake,
So-
no, it's my second one. So I'm looking forward to it. And I remember last time it was great fun, and they were really dodgy. What I quite liked about the Bears was they didn't seem to have any morals at all.
It's not just about sort of the fetish, it's not just about leather or rubber, it's about what would you do to add to the community.
I was born a leather guy, you know, when it was like 9, I used to smell my dad's leather seats in the car, and it's just something that, you know, I work here no matter what, you know, there doesn't need to be a special occasion.
I'm playing Edward Whitehead, and he's the breadwinner for his family, and his family really depends on him, and he's a man who works with his hands. He's quite a blokey character, but at the same time he's homosexual, so he's never really had the chance to express that way of life in his day-to-day routine because he looks after his family all the time.
The average age of someone transitioning, especially from male to female, is quite old. It's in the 40s, but it's coming down because of awareness. And this is partly what we want to do. We want to raise awareness to help and educate people. What do you think is the responsibility of apps to make sure that guys are safer?
There's the sort of the general rules of thumb, like, you know, if you're uncertain or if you feel a little bit uneasy, you know, then that's something like if you feel like there's a red flag, then there may actually be a red flag, because I think that we're actually fairly intuitive people.
I am totally excited about tonight. I so much look forward to it because I just had the best of Manchester Pride. So I'm excited, you know. I've been to some Prides now, so Manchester, show me what you got.
I'm really frightened for what they're going to do in that area.
Manchester development, good. It's bringing people in, it's bringing business in.
There's not been much consultation as well with local people as what's been going on.
We're about equality, and we always have been and we always will be.
All things change, and things have to change and develop. If it stays as one thing, it tires and it dies.